Hi, it's Shannon from the Outback group of companies, and again today I'm talking with our team building specialist, Brian McWilliams. How are you, Brian?
Very well, thank you. How are you today, Shannon?
Good, thanks. I know it's still kind of winter outside, spring and summer are just around the corner, but you must already be getting inquiries. So what kind of outdoor events can you tell me about?
We have begun to get a lot of inquiries for outdoor programs. May and June typically are two of our busier event months. Just a great time for corporations to plan off-site conferences and retreats before the summer holidays of July and August. And a trend that I've really experienced is clients have done the typical scavenger hunt event, and that is a great team building option, but it's something that most clients have done. A common request that has come across my desk in the last few weeks is clients looking for a program that is a little more static, has a little more of a communal feel to it, where the overall group will be split into many individual teams, but all the individual teams will be in one static area for the duration of the event. And the benefits to that in regards to team building, you can not only see how your colleagues within the mini teams are participating and interacting, but also see how all the other groups are participating and interacting and have some head-to-head challenges. So that is a very common trend. The two outdoor programs that most clients have gravitated towards are corporate Castaways event, which is a survivor-themed team building program, and our Iron Chef BBQ Challenge, which is a culinary team building program.
So those kinds of events sound like they're really going to build a really good sense of kind of community within the office and get people, having a little bit more social sense and fun within it. So can you tell me a little bit about the corporate Castaways? You sort of said Survivor. What's that about?
Yeah, the corporate Castaways is actually our longest standing event. We originally ran it for McDonald's, and we create about 8 to 10 survivor-themed challenges that we set up as stations in and around a local park. So the great thing about this event is it's completely portable. We go to where the client is. If they want to have us source a park location a couple hours out of the city, more in nature, wilderness, if they want to run this event in a sports field across the street from their office, that's something we can do. So a lot of flexibility in terms of the location. So essentially all we have to do is book a permit for that park, and then we have full access to it for the afternoon. As I said, there'll be about 8 to 10 different challenges that teams will compete head-to-head at. So if you can envision 40 individuals participating in the program, and we were to break that group up into 4 mini teams of 10, 2 teams of 10 would go head-to-head at a challenge and rotate through the 8 challenges until the event's complete. And it would take about anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. And a lot of clients like to wrap up with a catered barbecue, which it's nice to have that social platform at the end of the 3-hour team building event, just to really cement a lot of the lessons learned and all the benefits of the team building and keep that momentum going into a barbecue for the afternoon. And a lot of the challenges are going to work on communication, building trust. One of the examples I always like to give to clients is the blind leading the blind. So the way that challenge is set up is we have one individual of each team is placed at an elevated position, and then we set up an obstacle course in the park, and the remaining members of each team are blindfolded, and the eyes of the group, the person at the elevated position, has to communicate to their team and instruct their team how to get through that obstacle course. So as you can imagine, a lot of trust comes into play, a lot of teamwork, a lot of building camaraderie, and definitely communication, all things that can relate directly to being more efficient in your office and career workplace, and obviously affect the bottom line positively.
Well, it sounds definitely like a lot of fun, like a really great team environment, and also sounds like it would help you build up a really big appetite, especially for that barbecue afterwards.
Absolutely.
The other activity you mentioned was Iron Chef, so that sounds also very barbecue-oriented. Tell me about that one.
The Iron Chef is a little more social event than the corporate Castaways, in a sense that cooking, culinary, I find it's something everyone can relate to. Everybody has a lot of fun with, a lot of laughs with. And what we do with this program is we set up different stations, individual breakout stations in the park, for each team. So each team will have their own prep table, their own prep equipment, their own cooler of food, barbecue, and essentially each team is tasked with the challenge to put together a 3-course meal, and we provide a secret ingredient as well as some other main ingredients, a protein, a starch, some vegetables, some items for dessert, and for a beverage as well, all your spices and herbs and things like that. And the group has to come up with a way, just like the television show Iron Chef, has to come up with a way to create a unique and creative 3-course menu. And as they complete each course, they'll give a small sample to our professional barbecue judges to taste and basically rank on various criteria. So things like creativity, presentation, flavor, use of the secret ingredient. And then we bring it all together at the end and announce a winning team from there, and then we wrap up the program and everybody gets to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And overall, very social event. People have a ton of laughs. And the thing I find about this event that I really like is the food is cuisine is such an easy thing to come together around, and it really does break down barriers, whether it's culturally, whether it's departmental. And just a great way to get out in the sunshine on a nice day in May or June and socialize and team build with your colleagues.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a really fun way to kind of have that time. And I think there's still a lot of good lessons that you can learn through cooking that really apply back to your office. So communication, time management are all things you can take away and bring back to your work environment and just build a stronger team that way. Those sound like such great ideas, Brian. How would somebody get a hold of you and book one of these events?
I can be reached at 1-800-565-8735, extension 3107. If you're calling from the U.S., I can be reached at 1-800-713-7238, extension 3107.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brian. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Shannon.